cannot afford to turn it over, and a shot clock violation. Justice Williams thought he had the layup. Horn sounded. Missouri basketball.
At times they scramble it up so fast that instead of paying attention where the most open areas are, could be around the lane, you're playing away from them. They will switch everything defensively. Missouri will 1 through 5.
4 transfers in this starting line. Over for the starting 5 from the Missouri Tigers. Carter for 3, and this is a confident basketball team.
Sometimes you want to say make the one extra pass. They make one and then another one. Honor could have shot that ball. Mosley could have shot that ball. One more pass, and it was Noah Carter that got the open look. Rarely do you see teams do that.
Miller will inbound it.
Tough spot to get it inbound.
Almost a steal. Picked up over there by Cam Hayes. Williams in the corner. Here's Fountain. Spins. Off the window, no good. Nice tap there by Hodge. Tapped it right to Mosley.
KJ Williams thought he might have an offensive rebound. Hodge with a quick tip.
Carter crashing the offensive glass and a foul on LSU.
Not the biggest team is Missouri. Obviously, Kobe Brown at 6'8", 250. But the rest of them could all be guards, just so to speak.
There's Dennis Gates, 3 seasons at Cleveland State where he won 50 games. First year at Missouri brings a lot of transfers with him, including 4 total players played under him at Cleveland State are now here at Columbia.
Very calm demeanor on the sideline, but very tough and fiery inside.
Oh, nice pass and a great cut by Hodge. Assist goes to Carter. Timeout, LSU.
Execution at the highest level to start off this game for Missouri Tigers. From the underneath, out of bounds. Got it up top. Post play, backdoor cut, no weak side help. Exactly how it's drawn up offensively. Quick timeout because defensively is not the way LSU wants to start this ball game.
Couple of 3-pointers and then that layup. Offensively, top 10 in the country in scoring. They've been there from the get-go this year. You see the assist. You talked about that unselfish play. We've seen that on display a couple of possessions already. And steals, turnovers, kind of what get them going. 11.2 steals per game. That is a lofty, lofty number. And Jeff, is it they're just playing the passing games or loose defense? What do you credit a team that can come up with 11 steals a game?
Well, what they do not do is they do not quit on the play. If they get beat off the dribble, they keep coming. And because they do a lot of switching, they get a lot of active hands in different areas of the basketball. Bigs think they have small guys on them, but when they put it on the floor, here comes the active hand. Quick feet, quick hands.
I mean, they are in perpetual motion defensively.
And again, the switch and the switch. Now KJ Williams thinks he's got a small one on, but it takes too long to get it to him. Tough shot.
Yeah, Cam Hayes rattles that one home. They could use him offensively. This is a team, John, that really has been having a tough time putting the ball in the basket. In SEC games, they're averaging just 56 points a game.
And what a huge shot, because it just at least quiets the crowd for a bit. Mosley, a terrific one-on-one player, big-time scorer at Missouri State.
Carter, he'll fire for 3. 2 in a row for him.
Transfer from Northern Iowa, can play basically all over the court. He's a great teammate to have. Moves the basketball, hits open shots, can also go in the low post and make a play.
Mizzou 3 out of 3 from behind the arc. Off the rim, KJ Williams held underneath by Kobe Brown.
Dave, think of this. On these early possessions by LSU, KJ Williams has no touches in the low post where he can be most effective.
There is Matt McMahon, 8th year overall, obviously first year at LSU. Played at Appalachian State in the late 90s for Buzz Peterson. Nice tap in there. Derek Fountain got up high above everybody else to knock that one off the backboard. And that one is off the mark from Demoy Hodge.
Missouri, the fastest team in the country at shooting within the first 10 seconds.
Kobe Brown, big rebound. Here's Mosley. No look corner. Carter, can he keep it going? This is there. Rebound to Miller. Kick out. Hill. Too strong. Wow. Williams thought he was fouled. KJ gets the basket.
Physical, tough, strong. I'm not sure LSU wants to play at the pace where they take the first look every time.
Mosley misses. Fountain had it and lost it. And that'll get us to our first timeout. Missouri up by 4. They've already knocked home 3 threes. Well, Missouri off to a good start here at home against LSU. This is a team that averages about 9 3-pointers made per game. They've already hit 3, and we haven't played 4 full minutes yet.
Well, Dave, we've talked about it. They share the ball. They've got a number of guys that will take the 3 and make the 3. Let's just take the last 2 ball games. They made 16 at Ole Miss, and they made 14 against Iowa State. 30 of their last 60. It's been an impressive show.
Yeah, here's Joe Lenardi's kind of breaking this down for us coming into tonight's games. And Alabama still a 1 seed. Tennessee loses tonight. We'll see where that puts them. They were on that top line for about 10 days. We'll see where the loss to Florida tonight affects them. But Missouri sitting there, I mean, they are, you're never comfortable, but you got to feel pretty good about where they are as a 7 seed and 16-5, 4-4 in the league. Pretty good net at 44. And the fact that they got Isaiah Mosley back into this rotation, I think makes them an even more dangerous team.
Yeah, another offensive piece when you talk about Isaiah Mosley. But the numbers, they keep getting better every week. Every game out, every time out. They've gone from an 11 seed all the way up to a 7 seed. Obviously, there's a lot of basketball to be played. We got this full month of February, 1 week in March, and then they get to the tournaments. But this Missouri team is trending up in the way they've played. They've had a terrific past couple ball games.
5 on the shot clock. Carter will try again and rips it again. That's his 3rd 3. He's 3 out of 4.
And the scouting reports would say Noah Carter's going to make one of a few, maybe, but doesn't say he's going to come out and hit his first 3. You're so focused on guarding Kobe Brown and Hodge and Honor and Isaiah Mosley, and all of a sudden Noah Carter does what he's doing.
Trey Hannibal in the game for LSU. Kicks in the corner. Miller misses. There's KJ Williams. Oh, in and out. That ball was halfway down and spit out. LSU had a nice offensive rebounding game in their last outing. They had 34 total rebounds. LSU did 17 on the offensive backboard.
And tonight they've got to continue to pound inside and get on that glass. I still want KJ Williams need some touches.
Dump into KJ Williams. There's a touch, and that's why you want to get him the basket.
And Missouri will normally front the postman because they're not the biggest, so make it throw over the top, and they hope the weak side guy from the backside will help out. Good catch that time by Williams. Good finish.
Dennis Gates was saying, we're going to give up a few probably. We just have to be good when he does get the ball. There's a guy that's been good all year, Kobe Brown, knocking that one home.
Should we now be surprised maybe when they shoot a 2?
Yes.
Everyone's a 3.
They are 5 for 9 from behind the arc. They've hit just 1 2-point field goal tonight.
They've taken 9 threes. They've taken 11 total shots.
Miller trying to find a little bit of room. KJ Williams now back to Hill. 2 on the shot clock. That misses everything. Hill has really been struggling with his shot over the last 3 games. He's just 3 of 19 from the floor, 15%. Boy, they got up to such a good start. And, coaches, they know the warts, right? people that don't follow him every day or in practice every day, it's hard to kind of tell where our weaknesses are if you continue to win. But he kind of knew it was going to be a struggle first year trying to get this team to gel. But I don't think he even expected this, right?
Well, the tough part is when you're only averaging 57 points in conference play, put so much pressure on your defense. And this team is a solid defensive team now. They've not played anybody like Missouri that comes out and hits a barrage of threes. But you can hang in there because if you get a few stops, you get a few buckets. I'm sure the LSU bench doesn't think Missouri can continue to make the threes, although they'll keep shooting.
And they will keep shooting. That is their 11th three-point attempt and a foul. Let's see who gets it. That's going to go with Aiden Shaw. That'll be his first. Trey Hannibal, though, doing what he does for LSU.
And he's a downhill player, and Missouri's a team that, again, if you get beat off the dribble, they're reaching and playing passing lanes. Sometimes if you're a physical type guard and you're tough with the basketball, try to finish at the rim. Now, they're not many better at doing that than Trey Hannibal.
Jalen Reed on the floor for LSU. McMahon trying to find some lineup that will get them through this onslaught of three-point attempts. Only down 6. Here's Hill.
Hill, you mentioned he struggled with his shooting, but he's a better basketball player than just relying on his offensive game, and that's what the coaches are trying to tell him. He's a guy that is an assist guy. He's a good defensive player. So if he just worries about the jump shot, that's where it's bothered him on the offensive end.
Golston. There's a 2. Hannibal had it knocked out of there by Aiden Shaw. Mosley back to Kobe Brown. Shaw. Mosley. Man,
it's pretty fun basketball to watch, Dave. It starts with the defensive pressure, the steal. They get down to the other end, and it is entirely unselfish basketball. Sharing, passing, and then guys finish it at the end.
Here's Ward. Took it right to the basket, and offensive foul. Timeout on the floor as Missouri has doubled up LSU.
Well, doing what they do best, and this is what the LSU bench did not want to see. Guys that can go one-on-one like Golston, and then sharing the basketball. 6 made three-pointers for the Tigers early.
To Nashville to Columbia, possession means this moment has your name on it. All you have to do is take it. So be ready and don't miss your shot. Pfizer and the SEC remind fans there are new COVID-19 boosters designed to help protect against recent Omicron variants. Learn more at vaccines.gov.
Hey, tomorrow night, women's basketball doubleheader is highlighted by the top team in the nation. They've been there all year. They've been there all last year. Aaliyah Boston at #1 South Carolina hosts Robin Fitton and Kentucky at 7 o'clock Eastern. And then it's off to this very arena right here, Mizzou Arena in Columbia for Vandy and Missouri. Should be another great night of hoops. All coming up on the SEC Network and, of course, the ESPN app. Well, let's take a look at Embrace the If, brought to you by Regions. And turnovers are such a big part of Missouri's success. They are plus almost 7 a game, which is tops in Division I basketball. Meanwhile, LSU is about even, 210th in Division I. I mean, there is a huge difference for Missouri when they are creating these turnovers and what they do with them. And that's the other part. It's what you do with it.
Yeah.
And they are very successful in that regard.
So you wonder mentally when a team comes in here, especially in this building, the guards that come in here that understand numbers like this, because half of a shoot around like today for LSU or any team is we got to take care of the ball. We have to take care of the ball. So a guard comes in here and yes, you're confident, but you're also a little apprehensive. And so you don't make, you make a tentative pass or a tentative dribble where you're trying to split the seam. And the next thing you know, Missouri's going the other way and they're making a three. and your mind isn't handling it the way it should.
Golston gets a screen from Diarra.
And he'll like this matchup because he likes to go over the top of people.
Well, Diarra's been a guy that's in the last couple of weeks has really found a spot now in the rotation.
Really good minutes. He gives him size, athletic ability, can block shots, can rebound, and he also will step out and take a three.
Here's Golston. Launches with 1 on the shot clock. This is ridiculous. That's 7 3-pointers. They average 9 a game.
I was watching the LSU bench, and 4 or 5 guys just put their heads down. That was great defense.
J.J. Williams fouled, and he can't convert.
Pass, easy. There was another LSU guy, Rudy Macklin, the lefty that when I was a freshman, we lost to LSU in the Sweet 16. Rudy Macklin, great player. You see those numbers. Doug Smith at Mizzou, his career over 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. So unbelievable company for K.J. Williams. He has had big games, obviously at Murray State, where he transferred from Cleveland, Mississippi, but this year against Wake Forest, he was unbelievable. 35 points, 10 rebounds. He hit 4 threes in that game. Before conference play started, he was going to get a lot of votes for Player of the Year.
Yeah. 3rd in the conference in scoring, 7th in rebounds for K.J. Williams. As Carter gets 1 out of 2. Lead is 13. 10:37 to go, opening half.
Missouri continues to put.
Here's Ward. Now Reed trying to find a little bit of room against Carter. Takes it in. Contact. And they're going to call blocking foul against Golston. That'll be his second.
Anytime you turn the corner in the lane, because of the movement defensively, you're usually a guy who's sitting inside. You see Golston lean, and then he got his heels on the line. Yeah. So think of this. So he's following his guy out, but once he sees the corner turn, he's trying to get back in there to take that shot.
Here is the freshman Reed, 47% at the line out of Jackson, Mississippi. Of course, SEC folks will remember his father, the late star Justin Reed, all-SEC performer, went on to play in the NBA.
He was all-SEC all 4 years.
Yeah.
Impressive, superstar.
Mosley. Long outlet. Mosley with the block. He got back on Ward and rejected the layup. Matt McMahon wanted a foul. And there is a foul.
Well, you shoot an air ball on one end. The only thing you can do is get back defensively. I'm not sure Ward was expecting Isaiah Mosley to get back in this play.
Looked like a clean block, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he goes up. Let's see the ball. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He was shaking his head by the air ball wide left after the good move.
Missouri inbounds it. Mosley, catch, shoot, and got the friendly roll.
How about the pass from East? Point guard taking it out, usually sees the floor. Mosley put it right up for him.
There's Hayes. Hill for 3. Boy, he needed that. LSU needed that.
In times when you watch Missouri play, it makes opponents settle for long jump shots under duress. They don't usually get to run the offensive sets that they want to run.
Mosley knocking home. 10 assists on 11 field goals for Missouri.
And the skip pass all the way from the far corner by East across the floor.
A.J. Williams fires for three. East the rebound.
You would think in a game like this, Dave, Missouri's going to win the shootout, right? LSU keeps shooting bombs. They don't get back on defense. Missouri makes you pay because they're knocking in the bombs.
9 of 16 from behind the arc, and there is 8:42 to play in the first half. I mean, this is insane.
It's pure entertainment. And how about that pass from East right there? There are guys running back defensively that don't see that ball, that pass. He throws a three-quarter court, one bounce, 1-on-3. Doesn't matter. Kobe Brown is as comfortable now shooting a three as anybody. And this is a guy in his first 3 years, Kobe Brown, basically, that shot 24% from three-point line. And take a look at the numbers tonight. Unbelievable.
Well, they're coming off their best two-game stretch of three-pointers made since they made 31 back in 2009. But I would like to see what their best three-game stretch is, because they might be setting that mark right now.
I'm trying to think if the players have a little discussion on the court saying, hey, anybody takes a two, we're going to, you know, you're in the penalty box at halftime. They've taken 20 total shots, Dave, and 16 have been three-point attempts.
Meanwhile, LSU is 2 of 10 from behind the arc, 6 of 17 from the floor.
Again, I'm not convinced that LSU's game is to try to match threes with Missouri.
But isn't it hard to kind of tell yourself in a game like that to slow it down?
Well, the thing about it is they scramble you so much defensively that when you get an open look like that, you think you have to take it. And what happens is, where's the weakness? Normally they think offensive glass for Missouri or pound it inside. Teams don't do it.
Adam Miller averaging 12 points a game, looks to get on the board, but instead throws it away. Miller's 0 for 3 from the floor.
And you do that, now you have to come and chase a very active offensive team with great movement.
Caleb Brown getting some run. The younger brother of Kobe Brown, wearing number 1 in the corner. Noah Carter spins, throws it up, and that rebound to Fountain. Here's Hayes. And that'll be a turnover. That's a 5th turnover by LSU. 34-16 our tally. 7:46 to go in the first half. You look at Alabama, and everybody's chasing the Crimson Tide right now. Texas A&M and Tennessee, along with Auburn, after a win tonight over Georgia, all at 7-2 in league play. But I don't know if anybody can catch Alabama the way, especially the way they looked. That's not goodness gracious. There's Missouri at 4-4. Florida with a win at 6-3 right now.
A huge win for Florida tonight. You get into the month of February, and especially if you've got a little room to make up. And Florida's got a little bit of room to make up and to try to get back into at least a conversation of where they need to be to try to get in the NCAA tournament.
Obviously, after tonight, we will be at the midway point of the SEC season, and I think Missouri is one of the impressive stories of the college basketball season, not just here in the SEC, but nationally.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And the way they're playing, especially, okay, they went on the road at Ole Miss, but when you beat a number 12 team from the Big 12 in Iowa State handily, and the way they've started this ball game, there is a high level of confidence on both ends of the floor by this Missouri team.
And a hold on Kobe Brown underneath. That's going to go against Cam Hayes. That'll be his second.
10 assists on 12 made baskets and no turnovers there.
Man, that's a coach's dream right there, huh?
It's as good of 12.5 minutes we've seen by anybody the entire season.
Sean East will run the point.
And how Hodge has been quiet. He's the one who hasn't had any look.
Tried to feed Kobe Brown. There's their first turnover of the game. Miller still trying to get on the board.
Doesn't it feel like helter-skelter to get a shot for LSU? And here's a shooter. When you get an open look, you've got to knock him in.
And he did so.
You know, Adam Miller played here when he was a freshman. He played for Illinois the COVID year. Illinois, Missouri always plays in St. Louis. They had a coin flip, and they played the game here. Adam Miller was a starter for that Illini team. He went 1 of 6 from the field. That ball game, Missouri won it 81-78.
Mosley on the floor with
good hustle.
Fountain. And they're going to say traveling violation against Miller.
Good hustle by Fountain to get quickly on that basketball.
So Noah Carter back on the floor for Dennis Gates' club. Well, he had some high praise for Noah Carter and what he means to this team in terms of how he just kind of settles everything down, gets them in the right sets, doesn't force anything. Nick Honor.
Yeah. Honor's been, you know what, he's a guy that handles the ball and does not turn the ball over. Makes big shots from deep. Makes sure this Missouri team gets in their offensive sets.
Mosley just had it ripped right out of his hands by Fountain.
Now, Fountain has been a terrific story for this LSU team. It's a tough shot. I know he made it, but that's a tough shot. 3 points. Very difficult.
Well, it's good to see Justice Hill get it going. He has had a really tough season. Double-figure points in 5 of the first 6 games, but none since. But Hill has come out with a couple of 3-pointers here tonight, and LSU on a little 6-0 run.
Well, the man they call Juice, who was terrific at Murray State with his coach, Matt McMahon, transferred to LSU. As you mentioned, Dave, has struggled at times, but capable of putting up numbers and making shots and running the club. And that deep corner 3. Quickly, Dennis Gates wanted a timeout and maybe have a little discussion. 6 minutes and 16 seconds left. LSU's trying to shrink this lead and go into the locker room with momentum.
Well, you see Hill there. He averaged 13.5 points, 5 assists last year at Murray State on a team that won 31 games. He went 31-3, but it has been a rocky go of it in Baton Rouge for the young man. Matter of fact, he didn't play for 3 games, returned against Texas Tech. Coach Matt McMahon said they're glad to have him back. Just a frustrating time for Juice Hill, but
you know, he was great. They went in the NCAA, their win over San Francisco in overtime. 15 points, 9 assists. He played all 45 minutes. LSU has the physicality in their guards that can match up with Missouri. The only thing they haven't been able to do is to stop the jump shots that are wide open outside.
Carter left it short. Rebound, Kobe Brown. Here's Golston. He'll catch and shoot. That one's no good, and a foul. That'll go against Missouri, and Kobe Brown will pick up the foul.
Well, I love the competition, and why do I say that? Fountain knows he's got a tough job of trying to block out Kobe Brown. Kobe got the first offensive rebound. He kicks it, Golston misses. Fountain stays with it, and it's like a wrestling match inside. See him boxing out, trying to lock up Kobe. Kobe's trying to get the swim move. Kobe Brown's actually looking at the referee saying, I really didn't do a lot. Fountain kind of lost his balance going back.
So 2 fouls on Brown. That'll get him on the bench with 5:40 to go.
Got to be careful around Hodge, top 10 in the country in steals.
Averages 2.5 steals a game. Fountain. Yara makes him give it up. Shot clock in single digits. Nick Honor guarding Hill. Now they switch it. Carter's got it. Nice pass. Miller. No good. Batted around a couple of times. Hannibal. He's fouled and will head to the free throw line.
You know what? Juice Hill kept that ball alive by his active hands just reaching it in. And Trey Hannibal, we know what he likes. He likes contact. He plays more like a football player, but when he gets contact, here's the active hands, keeps it alive. Hannibal gets his body into Carter's body. Whistle blows. Did not finish the play, but goes to the free throw line.
Hannibal at the free throw line, 70% foul shooters, been there 69 times on the year. Had 7 points against Texas Tech over the weekend. Had a great game against Arkansas in that opening SEC win. He went for 19.
He had 6 assists. He was the SEC Player of the Week, and he controlled that second half in the high screen and roll. Offensively, turned the corner. Downhill, Arkansas did not have an answer for him that night. The last win for this LSU team.
Yara gets it over to Nick Honor. Step back. No good. Yara had a hand on it. It'll belong to LSU. LSU a chance to cut this down to single digits here after what was an onslaught by Missouri in the first 10 minutes of this game.
And the coaching staff at LSU, can you convince your team you've taken the best shot you'll ever take? And if you can bounce back with momentum.
Mountain squares up on Carter, splits a couple of defenders, throws it up, gets his own miss. Fighting again. And Honor comes out of there with it.
And now numbers, Fountain's on the floor behind us.
Yara from the corner, no good.
I heard your voice thinking, oh my goodness, he knocked one in.
Nice take by Juice Hill.
You just get the feeling that the guards of LSU love the pace of play. Yes, it favors the home team, Missouri, the way they play, but not the guard core. They're thinking they're tough enough to guard and to stay in front. But Sean East, if you make a mistake like Hill did, he'll go right by you. He's got a great mid-range game. That time finished at the rim.
Boy, big contact at the midcourt stripe, and that's going to be a foul against East. First foul on East.
Slowly but surely, LSU squad attacking, trying to get back in this game. Juice Hill, spectacular move.
What up, y'all? Coming up at half, we'll show you how the Auburn Tigers had the jungle rocking in a monster upset, the swamp for your former team birthday boy. What are you seeing in this one?
The Tigers are still hot from 3, but go ahead, Fitz. Ask your questions, man. Just ask your questions.
He shook
Sonny,
the Gators won.
Dave Neal, what's the ceiling of the Missouri Tigers?
Oh, man. Well, Fish, I thought that was going right to Sumble, but I'll be more than happy to answer that. I think the ceiling's really high. I think I was telling Sonny early today, man, I just feel like this is with Mosley in the mix now you've got a guy that can certainly score. Like when you need a bucket, obviously a comfortable tournament team, but the way they're playing right now, I think maybe a Sweet 16 is not out of the question.
So what happens when you watch games, as many as we watch, and over the years, you take a look at teams that are system-oriented teams, and how do they get buckets? You go, okay, their system has to work. But when it breaks down in big-time games, who can dance and get a play, right? We know. Right. Take Alabama. Brandon Miller's going to get you a bucket. Quinterly can do it. Sears can do it. There are some teams that don't have that. Missouri's got Kobe Brown. We know that. But what Mosley brings is different than all of the guys on the floor. As we would say, he can dance with it a little bit, right? He can do a little bit of this and that. May not always be pretty, one game, but when you get in a one-and-done tournament situation, I wouldn't want to face this Missouri team. We've seen that in the past with different teams that go into the NCAA, and you go, okay, they win the first round, and you got one day to prepare for what they do. Interesting.
Fish never asked me a question. That was the first time he's ever asked me. He's always asking you the question.
Trying to catch you off guard.
Yeah,
That's Fish, man. He tries to keep you
on your toe. All you got to do is ask. I'll give you my thoughts. As you are well aware, you don't even have to ask.
Even if they call you Jimmy around here. Hodge a little bit frustrated. And this is crazy what Kobe Brown's doing. I mean, literally crazy.
He is 4 out of 5 from behind the three-point line, and he's doing it with 2 fouls.
And as hard as LSU's playing defensively, I mean, they've been great on some possessions. and then you let, 6'8", 250 bury it. Now, KJ Williams can do the same.
6'10", 250, right back at you. Right back at you, KJ.
I like this basketball. We do have some teams that have not put up big numbers in SEC play, but tonight we've got two shooting it on both ends. Kobe Brown has been just crazy the last really 9 ball games, shooting it, physical. I mean, we know it, KJ Williams, when he gets it, face up. They ran a lot of high screen, pick and roll, pick and pop for KJ Williams early in the season. Has been covered differently now because he made so many threes.
Kobe Brown, by the way, just one of 2 players in the country shooting 55% from the field and 40% or better from three-point line. One of 2 in the country. Hey, Friday, we have another incredible gymnastics triple header with all 6 teams in the top 20. Number 10 Kentucky, number 14 Missouri gets it started at 6 Eastern. Then it's 6th ranked Auburn and number 11 Alabama from Tuscaloosa. Wrap up the night with 17th ranked Georgia, 9th ranked LSU from the PMAC. Friday Night Heights right here on the SEC Network.
This game, for those who watch the Missouri-Ole Miss game, has the same feeling. They were comfortably ahead 10, 11, 12. After there's the active hands by Hodge. He's great.
Williams is back. They give it to Brown, who throws it down.
You cannot sit on the basketball with Hodge in front of you. He's too good at picking your pocket.
Ward, quick with a shot. Yara to East. Leave him open at the elbow, won't go. And rebound yanked out of there by Phillips. Now Miller brings it up. Corner 3 on the way from Ward, and he rips the net.
3 points.
A lot of bounce by Miller. He got by, got away with it. Ward deep in that corner. Still at 10. Can LSU get a stop or 2?
No, not if they're going to keep getting the ball to Kobe Brown.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I said it before, the first 3 years, he shot 24% beyond the three-point line. Now he's catching it, shoots it like Ray Allen or somebody.
17 points for Kobe Brown. Hannibal. And an offensive foul against LSU.
And who's on the floor? Kobe Brown.
That'll be number 1 on Hannibal, and Juice Hill will check back in for LSU.
Just when I was talking about LSU maybe getting back in, a steal by Hodge, unselfish play, finished by Brown. Now watch Kobe Brown. This is not 6'8", 250 really. That's like a shooting guard coming off. In one motion. Doesn't even have to be face up. He just came off, inside pivot, turn, fire.
As a former NBA, longtime NBA guy, you know what it takes to play at that level. What do you think of Kobe Brown's ability, and especially in today's NBA world?
Yeah, it's a different game. I would say this, if I'm scouting, Kobe Brown brings more things to the table than most of these players that get to the NBA. Shoots it well enough. He can guard. He's unselfish. You can put him on people. He can play multiple positions and become valuable to your team as one of 15 guys that dress out for you on the sideline. Yeah, there might be more with superstar potential that jump higher, do all those things. He does more things than many of those guys at that level.
Honor.
1-3-1 matchup zone. Missouri will try to get a guy in the middle of that thing and try to maybe cut baseline. Lazy pass.
East turns it over. Hill off to Hayes. Good transition offense by LSU.
And see if they go back to it or they get out of it. Stayed with it. Get middle of the floor, then they try to drop it baseline if they can find it and get it.
Yara.
Ooh.
Boy, LSU begging for a travel, begging for a 3-second call. Got neither. Instead, it's a basket.
And they should have, because he drugged that foot about 4 inches.
KJ Williams lines it up. That one's off the mark. DR the rebound.
Important non-call, no call against DR on the no travel. Now you get a stop, and if you get a 3, let's see how LSU wants to end this half. Do they get one shot? Better be careful again. Hodge is so good with his hands. Looks like he just tries to time the ball. He doesn't reach, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Here's Miller. 3 seconds. Hill, corner 3, no good. What a half by the Missouri Tigers. They hit 11 3-pointers. They average 9 makes a game, but they knock home 11 of their 17 made field goals from behind the arc. Most in a half in the last 10 seasons.
An impressive start and an impressive finish. LSU, every time they tried to get back close or get under 10, couldn't do it. Impressive first half.
So Missouri will take a 13-point advantage into the locker room. This Missouri team looking a little bit like Damian Fishback's Auburn teams back in the day.
Ooh.
PB, it's all yours.
Were those in standard def or high definition, Phil?
Doing a fantastic job scoring and distributing.
You just don't want to be the second-ranked team in the country. You saw what happened with Alabama and Oklahoma, and now that's the 10th different second-ranked team in the country to lose so far. Go ahead and look at the shot chart that Kobe Brown had. A lot of circles right there. When you have as many three-pointers made as Jacob Hester has kids, that's pretty impressive right there.
Good.
My man, 17 points, looking like Kobe Bryant wearing the 2-4. Fish, what are you laughing at over there, my man?
That's pretty good. I like that.
Jacob Hester has a church van with all the kids that he's got. Katie's a real boss.
You know, Kobe Brown is a guy that we have to start talking about more, not just as a first-teamer, but a potential SEC Player of the Year. You think about a guy that's had some back-to-back 30-point games. He could be on his way tonight. He's certainly the most improved player in the Southeastern Conference this year. Was developed under Coach Conzo Martin, but has taken it to another level now under Dennis Gates. Better teammates, system. I think he's playing as good as anyone in the country, not just the SEC. The way he's shooting the basketball at about a 48% clip from behind the three-point line and averaging over 20 points a game in his last 9 games.
Well, that's why you can also make the argument that Coach Dennis Gates, as of right now, if the season were to end, is in contention for Coach of the Year. Not only, you bring Kobe Brown back, but you elevate him to another level. Not that Kobe couldn't shoot it last year, but you see how he's playing this right now, coming off ball screens.
Hungry.
Oh, my goodness.
Looks hungry right
Unbelievable.
now. It's fantastic. And, again, we talk about aggressiveness. Only 4 turnovers for Dennis Gates' Missouri Tigers in the first half. Part of the reason why they are up a baker's dozen. All right, taking on Georgia. Last time we saw this little matchup, we saw Georgia with the upset back on January 4th. Jungle was rolling, though, Fish.
As was Al Flanagan, chasing for a bag once again. The trifecta was working. Triple by not only Al Flanagan, but Wendell Green as well.
Then Janai Broome, part of that triple threat, 94-73. Broome, 19 points, 18 boards. Just an incredible performance.
Appreciate the help there, bro.
Just listen, it was your point guards, and I was your Scottie Pippen. That's all I needed. You're still the Jordan. When you look at this team at Auburn right now, it feels like they're trying to ramp up towards something. What is that ramp up that they have right now, Fish?
To where they're finally working together as a cohesive unit. And I know Pat Bradley's watching right now. 5 fingers are now becoming one fist. And so potentially you looked at guys to where Wendell Green was playing well from the point guard position. Oh, Jalen Williams could possibly do this. Janai Broome, Al Flanagan. Well, now they're starting to work together. And if you get 3 or 4 guys who can score like this, they've already been defending. They've already been rebounding. We know what Coach Bruce Pearl's teams, they play harder than anybody. They're 10 better than your 10. If they can do this consistently, and they'll be tested against Tennessee, and they're a team that can definitely make it to the second weekend.
Absolutely. And this is the right time to ramp things up. Is it not right in the middle of the season? But the thing is, Coach Pearl allows his guys to play free. It's just a matter of trusting each other, knowing the roles, knowing who can do what. What Janai Broome has been able to do consistently, now that you have the trust and knowing what he can do when you throw the ball into the paint, that he's going to rebound as well. Wendell Green being able to still have the ball in his hand at the end of the clock. But you know that this game had revenge all over
That's
it.
true.
Yeah, and listen, they talked about it. A marquee win for them. Of course, now Bruce Pearl versus his former squad, Tennessee, coming up on Saturday. We're ready for that one. Justice Hill trying to get something going for the LSU Tigers. He's got 8, but they find themselves down 13 at the break. A lot of Kobe Brown that first half, but teamwork makes the dream work. Noah Carter, one of the 11 threes Mizzou had in the first half. Second half coming up after the break.
On here in Mizzou Arena, Columbia, Missouri. Tigers of Missouri leading the Tigers of LSU 48-35, moments away from second half basketball. I'm Dave, that's John, and you shot it pretty well in your time, but Missouri, I guess you'd have to like this, right? I mean, this is your kind of game.
Yeah, it's entertainment, right? It's a team that's hot versus a team that's coming in to think they can stop them. And everybody's got an idea, how do we slow them down? And you think of Kobe Brown, you're going, okay, we'll contain him a little bit. We'll double him in the post. We'll limit a couple of his touches outside. But if he does this, now what do? He backs up, shoots threes, steals it on one end, finishes on the other. I mean, that's an all-league player and a guy that now I think has thrown his name in as Player of the Year candidate, right, of what he's done and led his team and how he's leading them. Impressive first half. Really top to bottom of what Missouri did offensively in that first half.
Missouri averages 9 3-point makes per game. They have 11 in the first half. Now LSU knocks home 6 threes. They average 7 makes per game. So if it wasn't for Missouri's success, you'd be going, hey, they shot the ball pretty well from behind the arc. But the story is really Missouri, and that first 10 minutes of the game, they just really put it on LSU. There were a couple instances where they got back into single digits. But in the end, Missouri, at the end of that first half, they were able to stretch it back out to double digits.
Yeah, you take a look, 8 turnovers. You don't think, well, that's not too high, but it is against Missouri because they take it and they go the other way. Missouri with only 4 turnovers. Again, the tough part is, how do you not get in a pace up and down in this building with this Missouri Tiger team? When I watch the guards of LSU, I think they like the pace. They want to get up and down, and they've taken some outside shots and maybe some ill-advised passes, but Missouri does that to you.
K.J. Williams in that first half had 9 points, hit 3 of 6 from the floor. Here's Hill. Left a little bit short. Kobe Brown, the rebound off to Hodge.
Now sometimes you get what you want. They throw it inside to Williams, and as a good player, double team, he gave it to Juice Hill. Juice Hill missed it. In order for LSU to come back in this game, they've got to make those open shots when they get them, and now find a way to shut Mizzou down defensively.
Honor inside to Kobe Brown. Hodge. A little too strong. There's Mosley. Boy, he just seems to find the basketball. He's got 10 now. Kind of a quiet 10 for Isaiah.
It has been quiet. He's had a couple of those kind of baskets, right? When you think LSU needs to get a rebound, they did not rebound well on the defensive end in their loss against Texas Tech.
Shot clock at 9. Hayes.
Wow, what a tough basket.
Wow, was that? Yeah, that was impressive work.
His body was turned. Normally when you get turned like that, you may use the glass. I thought he maybe lost possession of it and made a tough bucket.
Carter.
And remember the start of the game with Carter making the 3 threes early.
Mosley trying to work on K.J. Williams. Spins, little fall away.
What's interesting, when they saw the matchup, Noah Carter said take it, and he backed off and just said take it. So they're okay with teammates doing that.
No way.
What a shot.
No way. What a catch, and to be able to put it off the backboard.
It appeared as though he was hoping for a whistle.
Hill. Fountain. Knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to LSU.
So watch the pass by Kobe Brown. I mean, there's no angle. I still think he was looking for a whistle, doesn't get it. How quickly this team, again, the first 8-9 seconds, they'll get a shot.
Well, they worked on that inbounds play today multiple times, and it pays off.
Well, the scouting report, they know it well that Missouri will trap that sideline out of bounds.
Hayes holds Honor.
Look at the sideline out of bounds play by LSU. Hit it in, hit it to the middle. They know there might be any trap. Again, LSU's not a great three-point shooting team, so Missouri, there are times they've not challenged some of those shooters in the purple uniform.
Here's Brown. Kobe with 17. Mosley takes it inside. Boy, big collision and no whistle. My goodness. Hodge knocks it away. Honor to Mosley. Nice look underneath to Brown. He's fouled and will head to the free throw line.
Mistakes on one end by LSU. Miller taking it too far, not understanding. Missouri comes from behind to steal it. They knock it away. They go the other direction. Mosley with a pass. Kobe Brown, instead of taking the easy one right here, decides I'll make it difficult. I'll get 3 instead of 2.
Kobe Brown looking for another 20-point performance, and he has it with the free throw. Remember, he had back-to-back games. Against Illinois and Kentucky, we went for 31 and 30. Shot clock down to 8. Hayes working on Mosley. A little too strong. Boy, Fountain.
He never stops working.
That one's batted around, back to Hill. You know, Miller not afraid to let it fly, and he buries that 3.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for the ball to touch Miller's hands before he's letting it go. But a good job by Fountain to keep that possession alive for this Tiger team of LSU.
Hodge. Nice cut, layup.
It's amazing how much room is open to cut the lane by this Missouri offense. Nice pass, good play.
Fountain with the slam on the other end. The assist goes to Hill.
Can LSU get any stops? They like their pace, especially the guards do.
Brown. Boy, physical game with Fountain. And Brown won that battle.
I guess the term they now use is the bully ball, right? You don't want to let Brown get to his right shoulder. They did, he finished.
A.J. Williams couldn't get it to go. Here's Hodge. Mosley wide open! Timeout LSU. Mosley with a dozen. Kobe Brown with 22. And Missouri leads it. This one by 16. Here's part of the reason.
It is back and forth. And if you play Missouri in an up and down game in this building, you better be able to run back because they make you get back in a wide variety of plays. It doesn't matter if it's an easy 2 like this. If you run back defensively and only guard the basket, they flare to the three-point lines. They've done it all, and especially explosive coming out of that halftime.
LSU shooting 40%, but Missouri shooting 56%. They have hit 11 threes, 17 assists on 23 made baskets. They came in averaging 17 assists per game, second best number in the SEC.
Yeah, second best in the SEC, 15th best in all of college basketball. So they've already hit that number tonight. When a good shooting team shares the ball, which guy do you focus on? That's the tough part. The Missouri offensive team has plenty of weapons that will make open shots, and enough guys that are good one-on-one skill players that can drive the ball and create some things.
Here's Fountain. Fountain gets it back, lays it up and in. Boy, Derek Fountain has worked really hard tonight.
Yeah, he's had a very good season for LSU. The transfer from Mississippi State. Played some good minutes when he was a freshman, nearly 20 minutes a game, but then not many last season.
Boy, what a pass from Honor to hit a slicing Kobe Brown, who spins it off the backboard.
It's amazing what the mental side of any sport can do. We're seeing Kobe Brown play as the most confident player we've seen in a long time.
Offensive foul, moving screen, and that's going to go against Phillips. Kobe Brown has a couple of 30-point games. He's chasing a third one tonight. He sits at 24 on 9 of 10 from the field. A lot of similarities between LSU and Missouri in terms of first-year coaches. They had to both hit the transfer portal quite hard, but Missouri, what has happened here is quite amazing. Of course, if you're Dennis Gates, you bring in 4 guys from Cleveland State and some other guys like DeAndre Golston from Milwaukee. You get a Missouri State transfer and Isaiah Mosley, who was an unbelievable scorer. But the buy-in from all these guys coming from different parts of the country is really amazing.
It says a lot about what the coaches thought of what they needed to bring in. Well, first, what they brought in, all these guys can score. They can all shoot. They've got great leadership. The second thing, what the coaches are looking for besides that is guys, all of these guys at the programs they came from were winning programs. They won where they were. And then the players have to come in and buy the fact that, okay, we're going to go play in the SEC. The way we can compete is to play together, understand I might not be the guy every night, and it's a mixture. And then when you add someone who's been here, the guy who stayed, Kobe Brown, that could have left, all of a sudden you've got an all-league player that was an all-league last year, second team, and then you mix all these good players with him. They right now have a formula in the last couple games and tonight that is actually keeps getting better. This is a heck of a way for them to start the month of February.
Over the back foul, that's going to go against Ward. That'll be his third. Matt McMahon getting Ward and Phillips a bunch of minutes here tonight on the road.
Well, I do think tonight we got a long ways to go to be over. But where LSU has done some things offensively, maybe some guys are getting on track a little bit. That man's not going to be happy on the defensive end. But tonight so far has been a juggernaut, right? It doesn't matter what you do. You can't guard every foot and every inch of a half-court set as Missouri's used the whole court. And they've made some bombs, and they've taken guys like Golston, who's a terrific now one-on-one player, to try to create.
Here's Hill. And he is pushed by Nick Otter on that baseline. Southern Hoops, a history of SEC basketball, is our 7-part documentary. And every Monday through March 13th, we'll have a new show at 9 Eastern. Part 2 looks at 1960 through 1970 with the Civil Rights impact on the SEC. Texas Western's historic 1966 NCAA final win over Kentucky, the conference's first black player, and the incredible career of LSU's Pistol Pete Maravich. Coming up right here on the SEC Network.
Did you get to see Pete play
I did.
Living in Atlanta?
As a kid. Yeah. I was watched him at in the Omni.
I got to see him in Kansas City when he played against the Kings. I had a teacher, Miss Betsy Hall, that used to take me when Pistol came to town.
He was way ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Nick Honor with that basket makes it a 15-point game again.
LSU could use a little bit of Pistol Pete right now, try to get back in this game. Have not been able to get it under 10, even in that first half. When I got close, every time Missouri would make a little run. It kept it comfortably at 10 to 12, or 12 to 15 points.
Here's Hannibal, shot clock at 6.
And they back off Hannibal, try to make him a jump shooter because they know he can finish at the rim. He answers with a bucket.
Here's Honor.
Oh, wow.
That'll be goaltending. Count the basket for Nick Honor. Boy, you know, again, we were talking about Dennis Gates about Nick Honor, and just doesn't get rattled.
No. You know what? You play at Clemson, you played in some big settings. And from the moment he got here, I remember talking to Charlton Young, the assistant, and I said, who's going to run your club? And he said, just one guy, Nick Honor. He understands tempo, he understands pace. Unselfish player, can score it himself. Dennis Gates told us today they wish he would be a little more aggressive, trying to score the ball at times.
Justice Hill working on Kobe Brown. Tapped around right into the hands of Honor. It's a 3-on-2. They're going to call it a foul against LSU. That's going to go against Ward. And he just picked up his 4th.
Tough angle to call a foul on because that official was way trailing the play. The lead official was watching. Ward thought he had it cleanly. Interesting part, I think Honor was going to try to throw a lob. He had Aiden Shaw coming down the wing, right, running to the right side of the floor.
Golston. He's fouled by Fountain.
Golston, when he catches, puts pressure immediately on the defender in front of him. He doesn't give a defender time to get set, to get his knees bent. He catches, he makes a move.
Golston had a nice afternoon against Iowa State with 10 points.
Had the game winner against Central Florida off the backboard from 32 feet out.
Which I still think might have been a turning point for this Missouri team.
I agree with you.
They just got smashed by Kansas.
Yep.
Golston. East. Here is Golston. Elevates over Hill and rips the net.
He definitely draws rain on that jump shot. It's way up in the air.
Hannibal. Strong take to the basket. They're going to call a blocking foul against Missouri. And that's going to go against Kobe Brown. That'll be his 3rd. Hey, this is the 7th of 7 games in the midweek for the SEC. We'll recap what we've seen to this point. Well, Alabama last night just destroyed Vanderbilt, and I don't know that anybody is any better than one Brandon Miller in this league right now.
I don't either. I think he's player of the year in this league. Kentucky with a massive win last night.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Ole Miss, but Kentucky had to win. A very close game until the end. And Kentucky did it on the offensive end.
Reeves was huge in that game. As you see his numbers, 27 points, 3 rebounds coming off the bench. They were a little banged up in the backcourt. Wheeler played his tail off last night. And boy, talk about a team that needed a big win. Arkansas was that team, and they got it against Texas A&M.
And Ricky Council is a guy that has the ability that, again, off the bounce, not many could stay in front of him. And huge win for that team. A&M had come in there quite hot. And again, battle down to the end, Arkansas wins.
And Florida at home taking down Tennessee tonight. The Vols just offensively couldn't get anything going against that Gator defense. And 20 points from Colin Castleton. So, you know, again, it's kind of it's been strange, really. We've seen quite a few blowouts in the league this year, more so than I can remember at this point. And what Alabama did last night was just incredible.
We have a couple teams that are at the bottom of the league that need to get better, that have not been good offensively. And that happens. And we've got some, on the other side, we've got some high-octane teams in this league when they get it going on a certain night. Whether it's in Alabama or even in Missouri, they can put up some big numbers.
Hannibal at the free throw line. Gets them both. I tell you, I've been around Matt McMahon a little bit the last couple of years. I had him when they were at Murray State. I'm a big fan of his. And I know this is a struggle for LSU right now, having lost 8 in a row. But I mean, I like what he's about. I like his message to his team. You watch him coach his club. Just big fan.
I thought it was interesting when he said, you know, you have to stay the course, right? You have to stay the course. He said, now there's some little mini courses while you're staying the big course that you're trying to adjust and take a little turn here and a little turn there and try different combinations. He's trying to find it on the offensive end especially. But they've just had moments in minutes of games where they just let up and don't do the right thing. Now, a guy like Hannibal, he likes a game that's played downhill and physical.
11 minutes to play. 14-point game. Largest lead for Missouri's been 18. And another 3.
So confusion defensively for LSU. They were in a man. 2 guys were yelling 1-3-1 zone. Hannibal left Golston. He thought in the middle position where he should be. Not all 5 guys on the same page.
Last 3 games for Missouri. 16 threes against Ole Miss. 14 threes against Iowa State. And 13 more tonight.
Crazy numbers. The most threes this season made by a team in the SEC. Alabama made 21 back in November against Jacksonville State. I did that game and they were raining in from everywhere, but this is what Missouri does. Again, confusion defensively. No communication for all 5 guys. 3 playing one way, 2 another way. That leaves openings. Bob Huggins told me once I can have 1 guy not doing the right thing. If I got 2 guys, I'm in trouble.
I mean, that's just crazy what they have. 43 of 86 in the last 2.5 games. Shot clock down to 3. Hill high arching shot off the rim. Tapped around. Shaw had it, lost it. For a shot clock now for LSU.
And here's where Kobe Brown does some great things inside. KJ Williams is a couple inches taller and a powerful offensive rebound. Kobe Brown is solid enough to not allow to keep his body on KJ Williams, to not let him get off the ground. That takes a lot of physical strength.
LSU shooting 42%. They've hit 9 3-pointers. Here's Hill. Down to Hayes. Fountain. Fouled by Shaw. And he'll head to the free throw line. That's number 2 on the freshman Shaw.
And there's the improvement of what we've seen from Derek Fountain. A little better off the bounce this season in an LSU uniform. Solid shooter. Goes to the free throw line, 80%.
Around and Diarra. Golston.
Nice cut.
Hodge with the basket.
Yeah, Hodge is in the corner. Golston off the dribble, makes a great cut Terrific pass, easy finish.
Hannibal inside. The Fountain who's fouled and will head back to the line.
Absolute great defense on that play. The spin by Hannibal, who got stuck. Guy comes from the weak side. Look at the backdoor cut. Hodge, easy two. They get you because they play outside and away from the lane. And how tough a basket is this one? Two guys hanging all over you. Foul finishes.
Good to see Fountain get rewarded for his effort tonight. He's played really hard.
Surprised he's missed the last 2 free throws.
Yeah, he's an 80% foul shooter on the year. Golston elevates. Short. Carter trying to get it away from Hannibal. That didn't work. Trey back the other way. Here's Hill in the corner. Rips the net right in front of his LSU teammates.
Boy, strong off the bounce. That's Trey Hannibal. Not only gets the rebound, but takes it himself. Creates the open shot for Hill.
Brown, the free throw line. Carter wide open underneath. Missed assignment there by LSU.
And Kobe Brown, if you could see it on your TV, he looked one way, looked dead in the corner, knew his guy was underneath. His deception with the eyes, he got the defense leaning one way. Easy pass.
Lead back to 15. It's been as large as 18. LSU has never led in this game. Fountain inside. That won't go. KJ Williams, strong hands, keeps it alive and gets the basket.
There is no quit in this LSU team. They've just not been able to string 2, 3, or 4 stops on the defensive end. Missouri running what they want to run, open cuts, open guys inside or outside. Good pass.
Williams, that rebound. KJ with 11 points, 8 boards now. Hill, catch and shoot. Foul. Goes up strong, and he will get the basket.
Man, has he not had some great plays in this second half? LSU still fighting, still clawing. Down as much as 15 in this second half, but the fight, KJ Williams, Derek Fountain, inside the spin, no whistle, doesn't matter.
Well, looking ahead at the upcoming schedule, the Tigers are part of our college basketball quadruple header 10 days from now. They'll take on #2 Tennessee in their balanced attack, Thompson Bowling Arena. That's next Saturday at 6 Eastern, 5 Central. Don't want to look too far ahead, but that is a key game for Missouri. In fact, their next 3 games are right here on the SEC network as well. Missouri certainly trying to improve their NCAA tournament seeding at this point. They do have some big games coming up that can help. They're at Mississippi State in their next game. Then they host South Carolina, and then they're at Tennessee and at Auburn.
The great thing about playing in a great league is that you have games that you can do some really good things.
Yeah, they've had 7 quad 1 and quad 2 wins. That's tied for 15th in the country.
Yeah.
Hill with a double-figure game. It's been kind of a rarity for him.
And a little 1-3-1 out of the underneath, out of bounds. Good skip pass. Miller's got to make that.
Made one earlier tonight from that same spot off the same play. And couldn't get that one to go down, but LSU retains possession with 20 on the shot clock.
And Miller's a shooter, terrific shooter. He's got to make those open ones down the stretch. This LSU team, that could have got them under 10.
DR on the rebound, gets it to East. Under 7 minutes to go. Isaiah Mosley with a dozen points on 5 of 10. Kobe Brown up to 26 points now. He is 10 out of 11.
Yeah, solid screen by Mo DR on top. Nobody got off to the basketball, so Brown with a terrific cut right down the pipe.
Hayes, he'll fire for 3. LSU can't find the range right now from behind the arc. They have hit 10 threes tonight, but they're 10 of 30.
Well, Dave, 3 straight misses from open three-point shots in the last 3 for LSU. You're down 11 and you miss 2 threes. You give up a layup on the defensive end. You miss another one. Now Missouri sitting on the free throw line.
Shooting 1-1 for the Tigers. Number 0, O'Diara.
So big Mohamed Diarra, junior college transfer. This is the free throw. It'll stay at 13. Couple baskets here by LSU might change the dynamic a bit.
Wow, what a great pass by Hayes.
And there's a start. KJ Williams.
Fabulous left-hand wraparound bounce pass from way up top by Cam Hayes.
Mosley working on Miller, goes baseline. KJ Williams with a block. Hayes, here's Hill. Miller fires again, misses again. He's now 2 out of 10 from the field.
Wow, again, an open look. I think they're getting what they want. Got to make those.
LSU's actually taken more shots than Missouri tonight. Golston. Odiar. Golston underneath. Bodies flying everywhere. Here's Hayes. Intercepted by Brown. Boy, he had a good feel for where that pass was going.
All about hustle, Dave. He ran back, read the play.
They convert on that little run out right there. It's a single-digit game with plenty of time on the clock.
LSU has had opportunities. They've not converted offensively.
And a hold on Hayes. That'll be his 4th.
That's his 4th. 18 foul. Checking in for the Tigers, number 10.
What you always want to do when you're on the road as a visiting team and you're down, if you can shrink it to 6 or 7, then there becomes a nervousness in the crowd. You want to see how the home team responds. They've not been able, LSU's not been able to do that yet.
Golston with that free throw make. Matt McMahon's team really been struggling the last 8 games during this losing streak, but tonight certainly the numbers are better from a statistical standpoint. But they're not built to score 80 points a game, which is what you got to do when you play Missouri.
Yeah, you go on the road like here, and your numbers, you're putting. The thing is, they have had opportunities in the last 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Get this thing at least 7 or 8 or 6, close. They open and their good shooters have not converted, especially Miller. KJ Williams won the lob to the rim. He had locked Kobe Brown on the backside.
Hannibal too strong on the layup. Good pass by Hill. And again, not an easy shot, but one you think that Hannibal would convert.
Yeah, and what Dennis Gates has done now offensively, he's now making LSU guard. Their guard multiple cuts off the top. Ball screener or weak side screener Modiar up top. A lot of cuts. That puts a lot of pressure on you defensively. You make a mistake, you're going to give up a layup.
Mosley inside battling with Fountain, and Fountain wins.
He's won a lot of those tonight.
Hill, left-handed scoop shot won't go. Kobe Brown taps it to himself. Kobe with 7 rebounds and those 26 points and 4 assists. Guys getting a little winded. We're in that under 4 media window.
And in conference play, Dave, possessions are magnified, especially the last 5 minutes of a game. On the road, missed opportunities usually leads to a loss.
Nick Honor. A.J. Williams. Hannibal, you know what he's doing with it. Right to the rim. Tied up. They're going to say jump ball. Kobe Brown got his hands on the basketball, and the arrow favors Missouri.
You want to get back defensively? We know Trey Hannibal's one of the toughest and downhill guys, but if you want some smoke, Kobe Brown says, I've got some smoke. Tigers of Missouri up 13.
Look at our mayhem moment brought to you by Allstate as Missouri leads this one by 13. And well, this mayhem moment, there have been a lot of them for Kobe Brown tonight.
Pretty much been bombardier to the pilot for Kobe outside. It's been spectacular. He's done it all, whether outside, inside, rebounding, defense, hustle, emotion. And when you have a leader like this, it's pretty easy for the others to follow.
That's a pretty good night. He's hit 10 of 11 overall. And again, there's only 2 players in the country that are shooting over 55% from the field and over 40% from behind the arc, and that guy's one of them right there. And those numbers, here's the impressive thing.
Kobe Brown at 6'8". See over the top of guys. So he's simply, because of his ability to pass, he's in the backcourt. Time you go on the road, the opportunities they had when they were down 11, 3 possessions, 3 open threes, and they missed them.
Yeah.
On the road, possessions magnified.
But talking to Coach McMahon earlier today was, you know, you lose 8 straight. What frame of mind is your team in? I think he was curious to see how on the road, a late game, midweek game, how would they play? Well, I don't think he should be disappointed with their effort at all.
No, not at all.
Golston gets it to Kobe Brown, who will hand it off to Nick Honor. Under 2 minutes to go. Moy Hodge.
Pass, cut, off the top screen, another cutter.
Honor underneath the arm. The assist goes to Honor. It's nice. Big fella gliding in the lane, kisses it off the window. Timeout taken by LSU. Down 15 with 1:29 to play.
Probably not enough touches. Not enough touches tonight for KJ Williams, but credit Missouri. KJ Williams is the focal point of any scouting report when LSU comes to town.
25 assists tonight, John. 25 assists on 32 made baskets. Well, for LSU, not a great night, but they're going to have to shake it off because guess who's coming to town on Saturday?
and I still don't think they're happy with how they played at Oklahoma.
Yeah. And Alabama will be in Baton Rouge, and they're on the road at Mississippi State. Texas A&M at Georgia and South Carolina. Some games in there you think that you might be able to correct the course a little bit, maybe?
Well, you hope so. I mean, it's, you know what, night in, night out, you play the games. And you show up. And this LSU team, Dave, you said it. They have put on a terrific effort tonight. A couple decisions weren't good. Didn't make some shots at opportune times. And it's a party at Mizzou Arena.
They're enjoying the basketball season. That's for sure. I mean, the students come, they open up the doors here a couple hours before the game, and they come flooding into the student section. Well, I don't think they like Kansas very much here.
Well, the little school out over west of here is not well received.
The little school west of here. Missouri, by the way, just called a quick timeout to LSU's timeout. Could that be a little gamesmanship between our coaches?
Song's not done yet, Dave.
Just when I thought it was over, 10-second call against Missouri.
Backcourt violation. LSU baseline. Starting for the Tigers, number 0, Mo Diarra. Diarra from Carter.
A minute 18 to go.
Well, still a little ticked off about that little school to the west of here. Oh, Hannibal tried to throw it down over Diarra. That didn't go. Here's Kobe Brown up to Hodge. Hodge back. He'll throw it down on the other end. Hill to the basket. He is fouled. Free throws coming up. Boy, Hannibal tried to take one right to Diarra.
Yeah, Hannibal tried on one end, and he does not get it to go. And if you stand and watch active hands, it seems like it's always in Kobe Brown's hands to pick it up off the floor or get charges or whatever it is. Hit ahead to Boy Hodge, who hasn't had a great night shooting, hasn't had to make a lot of shots, but that's an easy finish.
Subbing in for the Tigers, number 35, Noah Cole.
Hodge with 8 points tonight. 4 Missouri Tigers in double figures, led by the 26 from Kobe Brown. LSU has 5 players in double figures, led by KJ Williams with 15. Hill with 12, and for Hill, he hadn't had a whole lot of games in double figures. Matter of fact, he hasn't had one since the 6th game of the season. Tie up in the corner, and we get a timeout, Missouri.
Timeout on the floor called by Missouri.
See the numbers. Mosley with 12, Golston 14, Carter 14. Carter had, what, 11 of those right out of the gate.
He had the 3 threes to start the game. And the scouting report would say Noah Carter can make shots, but at the start of this game, LSU designed the defense to keep Kobe Brown from getting a couple looks. Noah Carter said it didn't matter. 1, 2, 3 threes, and they were off running.
So LSU, or excuse me, Missouri, 13 of 27 3-point shooting tonight. They hit 11 threes in the first half. They're just 2 of 4 in the second half from behind the arc.
The numbers just impressive again. 56% from the field, 48 beyond the 3-point line. Should be LSU's ball. I think Kobe Brown hit that.
I think we're going to take a look at that.
Yeah, should be a quick look.
Timeout on the floor for video review.
Well,
Dennis Gates really wants a foul, but I don't think they'll get that.
Well,
they didn't get that.
We were cruising along here until the last couple minutes.
Yeah. I got caught up in the song. But
Yeah,
now I'm
right.
back.
Mr. Brightside by the
Yeah.
Killers.
Yeah.
Let's see if Kobe Brown did touch that.
See here, Dennis Gates wanted to hold. And there's Kobe's hand that hits the ball.
Yeah.
Matt McMahon was right there, pointed it out to the officials.
Right. He's helping him. Just that's all he's doing.
It's easy off Kobe's hand, but Dennis Gates is saying, what about the bear hug before the, he's not going to get that call. Finishes, but this would almost be impossible.
So LSU will inbound it with 47.6 seconds. Miller had a tough night shooting the basketball. Block shot there. Is that Hodge that got that? Miller battles back to keep it alive. Here's Hayes for 3. That's no good. Diarra.
Hodge with the block. Fountain keeps playing hard. Missouri will back it out and win this game. LSU not going to foul.
Miller for 3. He's got it. 10-point game. A lot of folks out there probably really watching this score closely right now.
Yeah, they'd like the foul to happen or a steal.
So that'll do it, and Missouri wins it by 10. Missouri goes to 17-5, 5-4 in the league. They've won 3 in a row. In 4 of their last 5, LSU drops to 12-10, and they have lost 9 straight games.
Well, terrific night by Missouri. They started hot. They started well. They're confident. They continue their win streak.